Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm the Stretch Professor, and today we're going to be doing another episode in our Legendary Chaos campaign for Total War Warhammer. Let's go ahead and get in here. Alright, so I looked this over, as I said I would. He's actually got some really nice stuff, Sigvald. So we are actually saving money on him, and the way that that works is this baseline building gives you 1,000 gold. So we do save money by having him on the battlefield. Now, I could hire other lords as well, and you might be thinking, well, why don't I just do that all the time, just hire a bunch of lords? The thing is, they start costing exponentially more population surplus. So if I had a ton of growth, I could do that. But I need to save growth also so that I can tech up. So the first one that I bought was only 2 for Sigvald there, and this one is 6. So it looks like it goes up 4 every time. So it's really hard to get enough growth to do that. But with Sigvald, we can do it. I can give him some free mirror guard, actually. I believe, right? Yes, I have to pay for him, but he gets them for free, upkeep-wise. So those will be handy, and we can bring him over here and just have him kind of tag along for some of our fights. Get in there, get some extra experience. And then we'll probably just give him a bunch of Marauders. He does get 25% reduction on Marauders to start with, which is really nice. He also gets Horde Growth, which is handy. So we can get mostly Marauders with him, and then the skills that I got, we upgraded all the Marauders. He started off with 10 skill points because we hired him at rank 7 because of a lot of our techs and things like that that we have. We got Tribes of Chaos, which is 10% more discount on Marauders. That's 35% discount. Got all their upgrades here. We're working towards Lightning Strike, and then we also got Hearts of Iron. A couple more things that are really useful for him. He has a pretty good armor set here where it gives him permanent regeneration and extra vigor, which is really nice. So as long as his leadership's not broken, he'll regenerate, and then he's also going to get the Nurgle regeneration. And then the Sliver Slash here is okay. We'll get that eventually. The plus 20 melee attack is definitely legit. So he's a pretty good little duelist. He does come with Charmed, which reduces the melee attack of whoever he's attacking. Has pretty nice armor-piercing damage, and he comes with the Visions of Pleasure, which is usually for the Slaanesh units. So he comes stock with that. Has a lot of armor, so he's a pretty respectable little fighter. Favored Son gives him 10 more melee attacks, so he can get up to 30 extra melee attacks. That would take him up to 95, so very good duelist. Marked by Slaanesh, you get 20% extra damage for all of your Guardians of the Dark Prince for your entire army. So that's what we're going to be going with him. And I was looking over those, by the way, and they are a little bit better than I thought initially because they have such heavy armor-piercing damage compared to some of the other options out there. So these guys, for example, do have less armor for sure, but they do have nice speed. They do have 50 speed, which is pretty good, so they can get around. By contrast, the Nurgle units have, like, 29 base speed. We do have the regeneration from Nurgle, so lower armor, not necessarily as big of a deal. They do lower the leadership of everyone they hit by 8, which is nice because they also cause terror and fear. They have perfect vigor, which all of our units basically have perfect vigor with the Mark of Chaos and Nurgle. As long as they're over 50%, they're going to have pretty much perfect vigor. But this is what's real interesting. 100 damage against all targets, and 80 of it is armor-piercing. So super heavy armor-piercing damage. If you look at Khorne here, most of this is not armor-piercing. Only 20 of it's armor-piercing. So against infantry, yes, they do 105 damage, and they do have higher melee attack. They have 75 melee attack against infantry. But it's a lot less piercing. Now, these are frenzied as well. So that gives them an additional 10 melee attack, and, they have this, which is a crazy buff. So these guys are definitely really strong. But these are legit, especially against late-game, heavily armored units, against great swords, or certainly bigger, like, Bretonnian knights, things that are not infantry. These are going to be very, very useful. They also have 50% missile block, so you can run them out on the front line and soak a bunch of archer fire. They don't have shields, but none of these have shields, I don't think. No. So that's about the equivalent of having silver shields. The 50% missile block. Have a little bit of fire resistance, so in case they get hit by some of my, flaming heads, then that's okay. So overall, I think they're pretty solid, especially with him where he gives out 20% extra damage. I think that's going to be real nice. We could even hand off a couple of these potentially to our main roster as well.
am Slanesh's scion.
Add in a little bit of extra damage. Okay. So that's what we're doing with him. That's what's up with him. Oh, there were a couple of other things that were pretty good. We'll show you when we get there. Skills later on. He has some pretty good skills that he can level up. Okay, I think that's all good. So now we can just get out of the north and start going south. I mean, yeah, we could go back and kill some of these dudes, but I really just want to get south and start trying to get these objectives in this campaign. So we'll probably just kill him next turn. And then we'll work our way up here and try to push down towards Empire. See if we can get Midland. That's where we can do the fortress ultimately. Now remember, we can hand off some of these bigger units if we need to. Like, we can give him a couple of Chaos Spawn to help sort of round out his army if we need to do that. If we want to give him a serious strike force, because he is going to be saving a lot of money on those Marauders. So we could deck him out, give him a couple of Chaos Spawn, maybe a couple of Feral Manticores or something. To go with all of those Marauders, or we could just do a huge Marauder stack and just try to, you know, run them over with Marauders. He does have another thing which gives like all Marauders extra leadership, I think, in melee attack at rank 12. So Marauders are pretty dang good on him. Now that Slanesh building itself doesn't seem that great, like sacrificing 15 armor. You do get movement speed on infantry, which is good. I think you get a little bit of extra damage too. Maybe it was just charge bonus. I can't remember, but either way, we have to get that to get the armor piercing, the Sons of Slanesh or whatever. I do think there are some special heroes I can hire as well, because I just noticed last time at recruiting the hero button, it said that there's like a monstrous hero or something, but that you can't recruit it. You don't have the building in this province. And so that leads me to believe that the Chaos Fortress will let me hire a unique type of hero too, which could be pretty cool. But yeah, we just went through here. Remember, we cleaned out a lot of this stuff up top. Number one, because the humans were starting to gang up on us and come at us with a ton of different units at one point. So I felt like we kind of, it was probably wise to retreat north for a little bit. And then number two, because we wanted to awaken all the tribes to get Sigvald. So yeah, they might come back through and take everything over. We'll see. But I really don't care. I just wanted Sigvald. Any buildings I need to get right now? We have 3 buildings. I think we're going to save up and go to tier 4. That's going to require 9, yeah, so it's going to be a long time before we can get all the way up there. And then that'll eventually let us get Chaos Knights, if we want those, or Dragon Ogres. Now, we do get a discount on Chaos Knights. We do get some benefits with that. So it's possible we should be getting these over the Dragon Ogres, but Dragon Ogres, that will let us get Kolic. And they're just really cool. I love Dragon Ogres. And they're very, very strong against cavalry, so, and other large monsters. Okay, so if I stand here, I should still get our replenishment. Oh, I should have stood like just one little tick back. We can still raid here though, that's fine. I could have stood one tick back and
Bring my mirror shield.
Hired a bit more. Now I've got him in this stance because it's just plus 10% upkeep for this unit for him. Not all of my units, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, it's just him. And the upkeep here is 520.
The Dark Prince wishes. Shall we decant the
so we might as well get the 25% extra research.
Decision.
Madness! No!
There'll be a reckoning.
And we don't take attrition anymore from horde infighting, which is pretty cool. I like, because that was kind of a goofy mechanic to begin with.
Spoilers come.
I mean, hell, we could just have him come and just help out in sieges for a while. We don't even have to get a bunch of extra marauders if we don't want to. Because he's a good fighter by himself, and just being able to like run with that mirror guard for free is pretty handy. Just throw a couple of Slaanesh units on him or whatever, and have him show up to the party for sieges and things. Remember that once we get that Slaanesh building, we can actually hire 2 right off the bat because Archaon allows us to have 1 more of each type, not just his type that he has, but every type. So that's really nice to increase recruitment capacity. I wonder if you don't have army recruitment capacity, I guess you could just hire an infinite amount of those units. You could just like rush an entire like battalion of the Khorne Berserkers early, or the Slaanesh ones. That seems really OP though. I kind of like having the army caps, or the faction caps, although army cap, I don't know. Maybe we could do it with army caps as well. It just depends on how they classify different units, you know? So if they classify those like Sons of Nurgle and Chaos Warriors, you know, all of these as elite units and chosen as elite units, then I could only have 4 of those, which, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about the army caps. It's okay. But I do like the faction cap. There is a way you can work around that. You know, you can invest all the resources and get like a bunch of high tier buildings to work around that, but the army cap, like, there is no solution. You just can only have 6 special units and 4. It's like the 6 special units kind of make sense with a lot of the campaigns that I've done, but the 4 elite units is really annoying. Okay, well, they wounded one of my heroes, which sucks. Where it says they failed. I thought it like blinked on my unit like it succeeded, but maybe not. That's kind of weird. Yeah, as you move over, like the screen kind of changes tint.
Spirit of Morka.
We got Deadly Onslaught. I guess we just go through here and could also do training, but maybe we go with Assassin. I know I wanted one of them to be able to assassinate. Or we could just deck him out to make him a better fighter. I think we need an assassin, just in case they start hero spamming us.
Syrian's eye guides me.
Okay, this guy's actually not in the town, so he has given up on this town.
I am the chosen of the gods.
Bring ruin.
Right, we're waiting for 4, so we can hire that on 4. Oh, it's just speed and charge bonus and minus 15 armor, which kind of sucks, but being able to hire these dudes is probably worth. They're 620. Jesus, really? Why are they so expensive on him? Is there an...
Are you a god?
I didn't think there was an army penalty. Oh, it's because of the 10%. Is that what it is?
Choice.
Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. So yeah, losing the 15 armor is definitely not good. Having extra charge bonus is nice, but I guess being able to recruit these guys is worth. They're going to cost the same as, like, I don't know, 6 Marauders after I finish all the Marauder upgrades, but anyways, okay, let's...
And lethal. Onward to destruction. My adoring hordes agree.
What? Disloyal. Hail the slaughterer.
Yeah, I think we're just going to crush them. And we fought stuff like this before. They can't handle it. We're just going to auto it. Just so we can move south and get to some closer fights. I don't know how our corn upgrade is doing. I know we just got the Slanesh one. Nurgle's still going, I think. I mean, it doesn't waste anything if you get extra corn. I think our research is about to fall off. Alright, we'll just go. Now, he normally has Chaos Knight reduction, right? So I could get 20% off of Chaos Knight's cost, which would be pretty sweet. And I do have some Chaos Knights already in my army. 20% extra weapon strength when attacking is pretty legit. That's like 100 extra damage. Or we could start grabbing this stuff. That's Aspiring Champions, Marauders, blah, blah, blah. Dragon Ogres, Trolls, Giants. I just don't need any of this stuff right now. We could also just get more Despoilers. 30% from raiding and 8% from raising. That might be legit. Let's upgrade this. More Flaming Sword.
Shall we decant the wine?
How far can this dude run? So he can run all the way over here.
Dominance.
So I could go right here and raid, and then try to get him to run out over here. And I should be able to run away, I think.
I'll move.
How much is
I
the raiding here?
suppose.
60. Is it really worth the risk? He might be able, he's not gonna be able to chase me
Ready.
now.
I will acquiesce.
Let's do it that way. Tech, we're still working on this. That's fine, I think. I mean, Chosen, Chaos Knights, and Aspiring Champs. Upkeep -10 for Marauders. I think we'll go with this. We'll get this one, and then we'll probably do something else. We might grab this after we finish this. Okay, or instead of raiding, we could just do that, take a turn off. I think that's probably better than 60 gold. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to start heading south. We're a lot stronger now than we were. We can do that quest battle as well. Once we're healed up, we could hand off the Mirror Guard and probably do that quest battle. It's possible we might need to hire 1 or 2 more units, maybe. Oh, one thing we could do... Oh, I didn't think of this. Okay, so we could have Archaon be the supporting army on these raises, and then we can let Sigvald raise a lot of them. And then that would allow me to recruit units with Archaon and replenish my main force. Because then Sigvald would be the one taking the raid. Now, we need to make sure that we keep the buffs up on Archaon, though, so that's a consideration. We need him. I guess the post-battle loot doesn't matter if it's this guy or not, but Horde Growth definitely needs to be on Archaon. And the 100 experience per turn needs to be on Archaon. Do they both get the buffs? They might both get the buffs for the burn. I don't know, though. That could be OP. Maybe not. Did he get the buff?
My beauty.
No, he doesn't have the buff. It's just Archaon. It's just whoever does the actual burn gets the buff. Okay, so we're about out on Nurgle. We need Slaanesh soon. Okay, we were out of corn, actually. Okay. This one may not, the 20% may not matter as much just because this guy has to follow us.
What?
They have 19 units, huh? Might have to dash. I can definitely dash and reinforce. We're gonna be tired in combat, but... Hey, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it, Arthur. I think that's what... Because, yeah, normal is not gonna... It's almost there. I don't think it's quite there. I think we can beat him anyways.
The gods direct me!
You dare.
Now, only his army is going to get the -3 off of that, but I still get the 25 winds of magic, so that's really handy. Okay.
Attack! Invade!
Alright, I think we're going to crush him. Hey, biggins don't get a bonus against large anymore. It's interesting. Our units are tired. I mean, there's a chance they could beat us, I guess. These goblins stand no prayer, though. Like, tier 1 orcs. Did something up here just have a net? Or am I just losing my... Oh, it was that. Yeah, our heroes are just gonna murder these goblin big bosses. I'm just gonna walk up and punch them in the face with, you know, Archaon and these two guys. They're never killing these. Yeah, I'm just gonna auto it. Wow, real. Oh no! They killed my weird! Oh, I should have fought it. Damn. I mean, we'll get him back in 9 turns, but... How did he only kill 29? He must have cast no spells. Alright, whatever. Nurgle on him would actually be pretty good. because we do need that growth. Research rate. Ooh, I could get that on both of them, and that would be even faster research rate. But I think Nurgle is the main thing right now. That actually banged me up pretty good there. That's not a good thing. Alright. Got intimidating. Oh, Manticore.
A beautiful decision.
Okay. I don't think anyone else is.
An alliance? Yes, yes. So many secrets to do. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
nice. They did give us a little cash.
Your will, always ready for a headbutting contest.
Takes a hell of a lot more to do it.
Speak. Enter
Maybe your
then.
vassals just
Are you
never
after
do
a
it. Maybe
drink?
that's what it
A
is.
fizz.
Well, so much for fighting that quest battle. I was thinking about fighting a quest battle next, but...
Absolutely not.
Ooh. I was at a 20 stack sitting there.
I will not obey.
I think we can still beat them if they come over here, although that's going to be tough. I took a hell of a lot of casualties there. I should have just fought that. Like, why does it do that much damage and say close victory if it was telling me it's going to be a 90% victory in my favor with the little bar? Probably one of the most interesting solicitations I've ever received. Someone emailed me and is like offering a guide for like $15 on how to pronounce all of the names in Total War 3 Kingdoms. I'm like, that's interesting and all, man, but I don't know. I'll probably just butcher the names. Or I'm sure there's probably a guide on YouTube for free that'll pronounce them. Wow, Empire came all the way up here, huh? Oh. Okay. Huh. So they are digging in, I think is what that is, which gives them artillery power. We'll have to see what they have. Our unit's being a little dinged up right there. We do have the one extra regiment of renown we can hire. Man, I really missed that replenishment buff. And these guys are just spamming heroes on me. We could get peace with these northern Norscan tribes, maybe.
Your conquests strike fear into the hearts of your enemies, mighty lord. The wisest amongst them will know that fate...
By the comet! No.
Jesus. All right. What does he have? I guess they have missile damage, ammo, and missile resist.
For chaos!
That's a pretty
Not likely.
beastly squad at this point in the game.
I am the chosen of the gods.
Okay, so we could bring in Damon Mom.
Dominance.
The Dark Prince wishes. My adoring hordes agree.
Damn, they really hurt our chosen. That's one of the biggest things.
It is decreed by me.
These guys will all heal up. Sigvald will heal up, so that's not a huge deal. But I really, really don't want to lose these chosen. Damn, and they hurt our swords. You just can't ever trust auto resolve. So I could step back over here. I mean, nothing forces me to fight them right now.
Sigma forbids this.
Okay. So I can definitely take out their lord and their hero very quickly. Empire Knights are gonna be a problem.
There'll be a reckoning.
These guys don't get any bonus versus large. These guys might be able to hold him down and fight him for a while.
Fool.
These Mirror Guard are alright. They do give out some extra damage to heroes.
For chaos.
These would be good against their stuff, but the annoying thing is I'm not going to be able to hire.
Tyrion's eye guides me.
I refuse.
10, 8. I can probably beat them on the line. I can beat... Okay, so I can kill their lords.
I refuse.
14 seconds. So the problem is, though, like, if I kill them right now, then I also have to kill them immediately right after.
Spirit of Morka.
Handsome and lethal.
Yeah, I think I'm going to step back. Like, I want to be really aggressive, but I also don't want to be stupid and throw the campaign. You know, I made a mistake trusting that auto-resolve. If it was just... Okay. At least I can raid this, I guess. If it was just these guys, and, like, nobody else was around, maybe I would do it. But, like, the fact that there's another 14 stack of greenskins, and we just saw they beat me up pretty heavily. Alright, so let's just raid.
A storm of chaos gathers.
It is kind of cool that you can raid your allies' territories there.
A worthy choice.
Okay. Well, we can't recruit anything else right now, so I guess we can wait another couple of turns after this and just use it to recruit.
Who are these grotesques?
Getting plus 20. Okay, so we can grab Shrine of Pleasure next and recruit one of those guys.
Bring ruin.
Then I think against all those great swords, and even in that quest battle, I think that just hiring some more Chaos Spawn look really appealing. The Chaos Spawn also get the melee defense and attack, I believe, of the upgrades, or the upgrades that I have with the technologies for Archaon. So just take a couple of turns off, hire some stuff. We could even grab the Slanesh technology right now and get 2 Slanesh units. It's gonna be expensive, but we do have some money to spare. And I could do the Corn one, but he gets effectively like 40% extra damage off of the Slanesh ones. And it seems like they're better later in the game against the heavily armored stuff, like the great swords. Like, I'm sure the Corn Berserkers probably do pretty well against great swords, but like armor piercing is a really big deal. It's a hell of a lot of extra damage. Okay, so the troll is just going through, taking everything up here. Guess we could try to bro up with him. See, is this dude gonna take this? Okay. Maybe these guys end up taking all of it, I don't know. It's a never-ending war for the North.
You catch me in a moment of less rage, creature. I may spare your soul.
This guy might turn on me. Why? Broken treaties. I didn't break. He died. I didn't break a treaty with him. I awakened him. Oh, these guys actually don't like raiding. Okay. I thought before that I noticed that they didn't mind raiding. Maybe they do these days. I don't know. I could have sworn earlier when I was raiding some friendly properties that they were not, or that like it was okay, but I mean, I really don't care. I'm going south anyways. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, well, that's gonna help.
What?
Okay. We could start working towards magical reserves. What's Diviner? Ooh, magical drop chance. That's pretty good. Like these piercing bolts could be really strong. I just don't think we need any more, because all of our units are like regiments of renown, specialty units. Like this stuff, just right now, we don't need it. Eventually, we'll probably get it, but let me see here. How many? We do get 1 extra sorcerer when we eventually level this up, but these are going to be hard to come by. And fire magic's fine. I mean, it's good. Like death magic, I think is probably a little bit better. Like the purple sun is fantastic, but we can start getting some more fire magic here, and getting like this flamestorm. Can be really, really strong. Because remember, that's fire damage, and it's going to do 25% more damage. Now, I've tried that out before, I think, with past wizards, but it wasn't as good. Piercing, or this thing's really nice, too. Okay, so let's just go with evasion. Will of the Gods is nice. 100% extra. But it's only like 8 more leadership, which I guess does matter, but our units already have huge leadership. I think we'll just go with evasion. We don't have any low leadership units. 95, 95, 91. Yeah, my units are not going to be running. Even the dogs have like 67.
Handsome and lethal. Now.
Okay, so let's grab this.
A beautiful decision.
And then let's Grab some Slanesh here. Now, if we get this, then the other god-specific units that are not Nurgle, we get extra cost, but that's why I'm not upgrading this. The Horde one is extremely tempting, though. That's very, very good. But we have to get this one first, which 10% extra cost for all of our armies, for all of the specialty units that aren't Nurgle, especially when Nurgle is like, I'm not sure if those were the right units. I do think that this upgrade is still really good, though. It's totally possible that, you know, one of these two could have been better, but yeah, let's just go with this, and then we'll hire a couple of those things for next turn. And then with him, I think we can do in camp. Now we're gonna have a couple of these Slanesh units, so we got to keep that in mind. And he doesn't get a discount or anything for them, so I can put those over with Archaon's unit. We can go fight also, but they're gonna cost like 1,000 extra gold. Do we even want anything else? I mean, next turn we can just walk up here. I don't want to wait multiple turns. Next turn we can just walk up here. Oh, the Slanesh, it's going to take 2 turns for the Slanesh stuff. Are we going to be healed up to full? I think we are. Yeah, everyone's going to be healed up to full. So we can just wait, and then next turn we'll walk up here.
Stop that.
And then we'll hire the Slanesh units, and we'll think about hiring some more Chaos Spawn or something, or some Manticores next turn. Okay. Dang, these episodes are just flying by. Once we hand off these Slanesh units, I think we could do the quest battle as well. I think those Slanesh units will be able to beat up Forsaken. Pretty handily. Especially with regeneration. Because Forsaken don't do... they don't do very much armor-piercing damage. I think we'll only be able to hire 2 Slanesh units. I guess we could have gotten just 1 Slanesh unit. And if we give them over to Archaon, he gives +5/+5 additional leadership, melee attack, and melee defense. And then the technology that we got gives an additional, I think, +5 to all of them. So they'll have +10, +10, +10 on those Slanesh units. Now I'll have to pay a little bit more for them. We don't have the discounts, we didn't specialize in them, but... And they do have perfect vigor, so, you know, the extra Nurgle bonus is kind of wasted on them, but the regeneration is a big deal. Okay, still waiting on 9. We're getting up there pretty dang quickly, though. To get to Unholy Legion. Oh, I forgot to look and see. Yeah, we can hire these specialty dudes, too. See, this is the magical creatures. So I think we have to have a Chaos Fortress to get that. But... sorry, it's really like late at night or early in the morning, depending on your perspective. Okay, these Dragon Ogres we can get are very expensive. They're like 800. They have massive health. 50 bonus versus large. Magical attacks. Speed's kind of low. I do have the Blessing of Nurgle, though. And it looks like they get 1 cast of Chain Lightning for free. Chain Lightning's strong as hell. Especially on units like this, where they have so much health, you can just run out there with them and just Chain Lightning on top of them, no problem. So those guys are freaking sweet. Those would be some very much needed anti-large against all those Empire Knights. 15% ward save. So yeah, these are great. He's rank 8. I think Favored Son. 10 melee attack. Seems good to me. 10% weapon strength. Unholy Resilience is also pretty good, but... these guys are expensive. You can hire 2 of them. Okay, so they're going to be like an extra 1,000 if I want them, and then the other dude, the Dragon Ogre guy's like 800, so that's going to be like 2,000 if I want all of that. That would allow me to smash the quest battle probably, though. But it might be a little intense on the mana, on the cost.
Gods agree.
The Dark Prince wishes. Forward unto slaughter.
Ooh. Okay.
Witness my beauty.
So we'd get extra weapon strength for the fight, horde growth, winds of magic. Leadership. I think just this. And then that way, if we win the fight, if they come at me, then I'll automatically replenish for the next turn. Okay, let's, I mean, if they want to come do it, let's freaking do this. I'm going to hire these 2.
I ain't doing that.
He has that extra movement speed.
Go now!
I'll ignore that.
Are these guys have a pact or what? Like, why is he just sitting here? They can't ally with it. There's no way, right? What is this collusion? God, Kislev's #1, even though I smashed him early. That's alright, we'll put him in their place. You know what? I think we're about to murder a bunch of people. I think we can afford to get those Dragon Ogres for this fight. We're gonna treat ourselves.
Dominance!
If these dudes want to come at me, they can come get it. Alright, so we're gonna do
It is
camp.
decreed by me.
Sure, no one else wants to do
Enter
anything
then.
here.
Are you after a drink, a fist fight, or both? Tribesman, to be
Fist
honest,
fight
I'd
me,
rather
bro.
be raiding.
Maybe
but you have
IRL,
my
but not in
time.
this game. God, that student, I'm sure. I wish this girl would have just come and just straight, if she hated me that much, just try to fist fight me in the street
An
or
alliance,
something.
yes, yes. So
I'd rather
many
just let her
secrets
punch
to
me in the
share.
face like 5 times than file that complaint against me. That erroneous complaint. Be like, look, if you just hate me, just ask me if you can punch me in the face. I'll let you get a shot in there. It's fine. Yeah, we're just gonna wait and try to level that up eventually. I don't know what I want with that. I mean, we'll figure out when we get there. Okay, but let's see if we get this fight or not. No breaking my nose, though. That'd be the rule. You can punch me in the face. It's got to be like, I don't know. A right cross across the cheek. She's not that big of a person. I'd probably deal with it. I don't know. It depends on how many rings she's wearing. I'm not sure. I've never been punched in the face. Probably not a really pleasant experience. I guess we'll see. We'll see what the outcome of this complaint is. Moment of truth. Are these guys, do they want it? Kislev don't want it. Kislev's like, nope, peace, I'm out. I mean, if I'm in their position, I might fight it right here because, no, they're going to run. It's not going to get easier for them. As soon as I get these two Slaanesh dudes, then they're going to have some problems. Okay. Sliver Slash. Okay. That's so hard to pronounce, kind of. I thought it was Silver Sash at first, but it's the Sliver Slash. And whenever we need a quest battle with one of these guys, we just hand off all these units. How we roll. Okay, we could do, I mean, this is very, very tempting, actually, because, like, if I think about it right now, like, I mean, what am I going to do with this stuff? We've already got one of the big dragon ogres, right? We don't need a lot of those. We can't afford a lot of those in our army right now. We could get a wizard for Sigvald, but he's shadowing me for a while anyways. We already have a Chaos Knight. We don't need more knights. Like, just having one of them is probably fine. So maybe the answer is get this. It's 500 gold. This is 300, but you're a lot. It does give you growth. This would, in theory, allow me to go up to here. It does slow my growth a lot, but it would give me 600 growth. An extra horde growth for both me and... or for both... Sigvald and I. It's 4,500. I don't know. That's 9,000 though for that. This is just 5,400. It does not require any further commitment. It has no downsides. I mean, 2 horde growth is relevant, but I don't think we need trolls. They're cool and everything, but I think maybe it's just this. Like, I would really like this, but this is expensive, and there's no immediate benefit other than getting Dragon Ogres, which are way too much gold right now. I mean, that would allow me to get, what's his name? Sorry, I'm blanking out his name. The big Dragon Ogre guy, Kolik. But once again, you know, that's 18,000 gold. I don't have that money right now, and I'm going to be negative for a little while. I'm going to be, like, negative 2,000 almost if I don't get this. So maybe I should just get this, sit back, chill. It's only going to be another, like, I don't know, 15 turns or something before I can get this. So yeah, we're sitting here anyways for one more turn. Might as well. It does make these more expensive to pick up, but I need that money, man. Yeah, as soon as these finish up, that's 1,000 more. So it'd be 2,300 if I don't pick that up. So I think I'm just going to go broke if I don't get that. We're about to start murdering some people, though. I think... What were we getting? We were getting Assassinate. That's probably fine. Actually, you know what? They're spamming heroes on me a lot. I might actually just go ahead and grab Tough as Nails. Just so I get the wound recovery time 3. I mean, that would be really handy with them trying to assassinate lords and things. One of these is like wound recovery time -6. but I just don't want the extra upkeep on all my units. Okay, so we'll finish Perseverance, and we'll probably go over here and go for God of Passion next. Alright. So we're probably going to have to wait till next episode before we siege these guys. Now we do have Kolick who can knock down the door. And the Perfect Vigor guys can actually climb the walls. I forgot about that. If you have Perfect Vigor, you can actually use the ladders and get no penalty for climbing up the ladders, because I've done that with the vampires before. Or like something in the vampire army. I think it was the Karen Wraiths that had the Perfect Vigor. Then one of our Chaos Lords is on a Manticore, so I think we might be able to attack them without having to wait on equipment. Maybe for something like Kislev that has like a really like hardcore garrison, maybe we'd have to wait a little bit longer, but I think we can, and we need to take all of our lords off their horses too. We got to remember to do that. So we could in theory climb the ladder also with, I don't know if it lowers, because usually when you climb a ladder, it's like you're automatically like super exhausted. But I'm not sure with all of these reductions to vigor loss that we have, we might be able to climb the ladder without taking as much penalty. Single entity units are not, it's not as punishing to climb the ladder as well, because all of them get up there immediately, whereas if you climb the ladder with, you know, other non-single entity units, then, you know, they can start hitting some of your units before the rest of them get up there. Ooh, they just got a wah, huh? That's going to make this a lot more interesting. Really?
No fool that's safe in our world.
They didn't kill anybody. I guess maybe they raided their own province. Oh, for real. Now everything's cheaper, but we have no replenishment. Purple. Love it. Alright. Now, if these are in his army, they're going to get all of his buffs. So I want them in his army. What is this? Oh, Lord of the End Times. Now, they're going to get some of the penalty as well. So they will move a little slower. But they're not going to get the negative armor, which is important. The charge bonus doesn't matter. The speed doesn't matter. But in his army, we have how many different buffs? We have like 1 million buffs on him, right? Recruitment, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we get superior attacker for extra melee attack, leadership, Man's Ruin, Executioner, Annihilator, Abductor, Troll Hunter, Beard Collector, Raider, Vessel. Yeah, so I think we want to put those dudes in his army. And they'll get the extra melee defense at the cost of melee attack. I think. Is that... I'm trying to remember now. Let me see. No, melee defense basically for free, and they get vigor loss reduction. Although they have perfect vigors, that doesn't matter. But they lose speed, and they gain melee defense. I think that's definitely worth. Okay. Really? Why am I so slow? Did my buff fall off? Oh, it fell off. I can't even hit them this turn. That's their wall, right? Or is... We can't ambush, can we? No. We can raid, which will help a little bit. But we'd be winded in battle. Get weapon strength.
You dare.
I mean, he's going to come at me with 40 units. Which one's the wall? Okay, that one's the wall. So he's going to come at me with at least 40 units, and he probably has another 20 stack laying over here, so it might be like 60 units. Oh, he has another army sitting there? That's just his capital. Okay. Alright, so let's have them. Maybe they'll come over here and help me, maybe not.
What?
Okay, well, I guess we have to go right here. Okay, that army has basically nothing, though.
Now why?
I refuse.
Trolls. I think we can beat this army. Legit, I think we can beat 40 of these
I ain't doing
units.
that.
That is a swarm of greenskins. That's going to be a lot of stuff to hack through. But we've got regeneration up the wazoo with... now these trolls are going to be a problem, though. We have to focus fire these trolls out. We have a lot of HP. We have to focus fire the trolls. But we can get flaming attacks.
Syrian's eye guides me.
So we can probably beat them.
Moving, father. Move.
There'll be a reckoning.
Despoilers come.
We only get 281 gold.
I am the chosen.
I think if he's going to come at us, maybe we just go for encamp. Just so we get more money. Because 10% from horde buildings is probably pretty close to 280 gold or whatever.
A storm of chaos gathers.
A beautiful decision.
Alright.
For chaos.
Oh, we can upgrade him. Give us a little bit more gold, and that will eventually allow us to get this trial pit for more marauders.
The
Let's go
Dark
ahead and get
Prince
that.
wishes.
I don't know, we're going to lose a lot of gold, but we are going to attack and kill a bunch of people here, so that should help. And then I guess, yeah, we can just run through here.
By
Probably just
Sigvald.
run over.
No.
Oh, he confederated. I was wondering, how did Empire get up here?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so we can just plow through here. We could try to go the Kislev way as well, but Kislev probably has a crazy army right now. Either way, do this, and that's going to be it for this episode. We'll start off the next episode with the fight, because I don't want to go too far over an hour per episode. Yeah, so we need to try to get down to Midland. Remember, we're not really holding property, so it doesn't matter strategically how we get over there. We just need to get there. So I think Kislev's probably going to be the tougher way to go. Although it'd probably be a really juicy sack. We don't want to take a ton of damage because we don't get the replenishment. Okay, so that dude's running. Throg is flanking us. We could try to get peace with him. He might just be trying to occupy that empty space over there. Okay, nice. And our people just got buffed up here. 25% movement range. Very nice. It's weird how Slaanesh originally gave me the casualty replenishment, and Nurgle, I don't remember what Nurgle was giving me, but now this is giving me 25% campaign movement range. I do need to stay healed up so I can keep progressing. So the extra movement range is nice, but I think I need the healing. Okay, so he ran. Oh, he was over there. Okay, so we'll do this next episode. But anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. We're gonna try to see if we can attack the outside. We have a pretty big garrison. It's gonna be a ton of units. We're gonna see if we can attack the outside and lure the rest of them out. We can lightning strike that too. Or we could just lightning strike the main town. Because if we kill the main town, then these guys die anyways, because they're a Wa army. Maybe we just do that, because I think taking a lightning strike is going to be better than pulling them all out of the town. I don't think the tower is going to matter that much. But, yeah, so I think we'll lightning strike the main town. Ooh, if I lightning strike it, though, then I don't get reinforcements. I forgot about that. But, okay, so maybe we can hand off these Mirror Guard to him for a turn. He attacks. There's no point reinforcing because it's going to be lightning strike. And then he's just like in range to get, he might still get experience for it, I don't know. Yeah, we can throw these Mirror Guard in there with him. Yeah, because I think obviously like not allowing them to have a 20-stack army, additional backup 20-stack army is going to be stronger than having Sigvald. Like, these two do not equal a full 20-stack. They're good, but they're not that good. So, anyways, we'll do that next time. But thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, be sure to like and subscribe. It's free. It's easy. Just takes a couple of clicks. Check out the rest of the content on the channel as well. And if you would like to see a specific campaign also, I can do it Steel Faith, or I can do it Vanilla if you prefer that. I can do Mortal Empires or Vortex, whatever you want. Just let me know. Email me at thestratchprofessor@gmail.com. It's just $30 for 15 episodes minimum. If you have something special in mind, just let me know in the email and we can talk about it. If you want me to do a certain strategy or build certain units, or you want a different kind of campaign, then just let me know what you have in mind, and I'm happy to create that for you. So that's going to be it. Thanks. Have a good day. See you next time.